the way we do marketing really changed in the last, let's say, 10, 15 years. It's not the same as it used to be. There are so many new things coming and a different mindset around us. And that's why in today's episode, I really want to speak about the difference between the old way we used to do marketing versus the new one. So, hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dana Ohana, and welcome to Big Brander Podcast, the place where you're going to learn more about social media, brand building, and other marketing topics, and of course, on our journey as entrepreneur and how we can use it to build a strong brand with a strong online presence. So, as I said, like in the beginning, today I want to focus about the difference between the old way we used to do marketing versus the new one, because I think it's really going to help you to do that change in the mindset and kind of make the most out of the way we do marketing today so you can actually get results and the results you're looking for. So if I look, for example, in the past marketing was very like a type of a direct sell, right? I think it's always easy to remember from all the like TV series, old movies, that you see someone coming on the door, knocking on the door, and then you open, and then they offer, "This is my products. Are you interested?" They get inside, have a coffee, and then you sell them the product by demonstrating the products. It used to be like for vacuum cleaners, makeups, and stuff like this. So it was very like a harsh, hard sell that I call it. But in time, people started to hate it, right? Like salespeople not necessarily always have a good reputation. People don't really like it. They feel like they're trying maybe to sell them something they don't really need. And that's what I like about the new way of marketing, because it's all about creating connections. It's all about building relationships. And it's easy to explain it from the side that, in the past, people first used to think, then they would act, and then they will feel something, which means my logic says that I need to buy certain products because I need it. My makeup is over, so I need to buy a new one. The car is broken, so maybe it's time, to buy a new one. There was a logic to things. And then after you realize that, then you go and act, and which means you're buying that product. And then after that, you start to look at what you bought and like, how does it make me really feel? And any type of emotions will come up, right? It can be like disappointment, or it can be excitement. It could be like even like, I don't know, like being nervous of using it, or like being thrilled, or whatever type of emotion. In today's marketing, it's more about first you feel something, then you act, and then we think. So, and I always give it as an example with commercials to moms, right? To moms, especially for babies, because I always try to make her feel maybe a type of guilt. Like, are you a good mom? Are you doing the best as you can for your kid, right? They're like really pushing certain triggers in her, which makes her to think because of those emotions that come up, she's like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be in that place that I'm not considered to be a good mom. So she goes and actually buy the product, and that's the act. And then after she buys, then she starts to really think about it from the side, like, was I making the right decision? Is this the right product for my baby? So when we look at how we used to do marketing to how we do marketing now, as you can see, it's all about having this emotional trigger. So if, for example, when you have your product or your service, you want to think about your audience from the side, okay, what is the problem that I'm solving, right? That this is the solution that they are looking for. But think about it from the emotional side, because you want to have that emotional trigger. You want to touch something that's going to make them feel uncomfortable. And don't be afraid to make them feel uncomfortable, because that's part of like the way you do marketing and sales in a way, right? Because even when I look at the old way of doing marketing, they did got you to feel a bit uncomfortable, because they like put you in a situation like, okay, now they come and offer the product. Now I actually need to listen to what they've got to say, and then I feel uncomfortable, right, to say no at the end. So sometimes people actually buy things just because they feel, uncomfortable to say the word no. Like, I don't need it. So if you look at how we moved it moved more to the side that people buy from people, right? And you don't want to buy from someone that just knocked on your door or just send you an email or just send you a message. I think like I see it a lot on LinkedIn, as well on Facebook, but more on LinkedIn. Like someone trying to connect and automatically you're getting a message that, I do this and this and this. Are you interested? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't even want to read it. Like, how many of you are actually reading it? Reading those messages. I think you may be reading the first two sentences and then you realize they're trying to sell you something and you skip it, right? Like, I know for sure about myself and I know in a lot of people around me. So when you do that, it doesn't feel nice. And that is why it's really moved to the side that we want to build relationship with those people. We want to get to know them, right? To know like a bit about that person. And that's why I always say people buy from people and they buy from those they have a connection with. With those that can actually start building a relationship. Because by building a relationship, you're gaining trust. By gaining trust, they become loyal to you and your best brand ambassadors. And that's how you're basically going to build a strong online brand. So if I'll go back like to what I was trying to make the difference, is that if in the past it was like just like I'm coming to you with an offer or even sending you an email with an offer and that's it, without even getting to know you and like what do you actually want from me, it really moved to the side that I want to get to know you first. I want to know that I can trust you. And that is why, for example, you see like in the way we market today that people are using different platforms like social media and things like that and doing videos and doing lives and all around the things and sharing their images and sharing some stuff from the personal life, because all of this is part of how you actually create an emotional connection. You are getting them closer to you. And that is why I'm a big believer that it doesn't matter how many followers, for example, you have on social media, it's how strong the connection is with your followers. Okay? How much they feel comfortable to reach out to you, to ask a question, to engage with you, to eventually come and buy your product or service. And that is what you want to do. So again, so if you go back to how we used to do it versus how we do it today, that's the big change. That's the big shift. And that's the shift in the mindset that I really want you guys to actually follow and work on changing their mindset. I'm not trying to sell. I'm not trying to market. I'm trying to get to know people and build a relationship with them. And through that relationship, by them getting to know me and, showing them that I understand them, I understand their problem, I understand their challenges, I understand where it hurts. I know that. Like I've been there, I've done that. So I can understand you. I can resonate with you. And through that, you use that part and you create an emotional connection with them. And through that, you start to build that relationship. And then eventually, when the time is right, they will become your clients. That's how you actually convert followers to actual clients. That's how you actually increase sales. That's how you generate leads. That's why we're always speaking about building a community. And that's what happens like in the new way of marketing. You're building a community. You're building a safe place for your audience, a safe place for your followers, a safe place for your clients, a place they feel belong to, they feel part of, they feel comfortable, to be themselves, to ask the question, no one judge them, and to actually being seen. That's what we all want, right? So someone to see us, to understand us, to say, you know what, I know what you're going through, and it's going to be okay. And again, it doesn't matter what your business is about. It doesn't matter if you're selling something like physical, like an actual product, like physical product, or like a service. It doesn't matter in which industry you are. Okay, so even if you work in sales, like I know, like I can say it from the corporate life, especially, is that what helps those like big companies to grow, it's not just their name. It's not the marketing budget necessarily to advertise and things like that. It's the connection between the salesperson to the different stakeholders in that company. I remember once joining a meeting to one of the sellers in Israel, and it was with a cleaning company, and the manager, like the owner of the company, said like to the seller, he said, look, I don't care about like what is the information around this. I trust you. If you saying that's gonna work, if you saying this project's gonna work and bring me results, I trust you. And without even listening much, he just gave us the go to go with a project. And guess what? He also saw the results. But it wasn't based about just the name of the brand and other things. It was based on a personal connection. And that is why it's very important to do that shift in the mindset and move towards understanding that it's not like me trying to have a direct sell, it's me trying to build relationships, build a connection. And the best way to build a connection, as I said a few times here, is about creating an emotional connection. And for that, you want to use like different emotional triggers. And so when you create your post, you create your videos or any type of other content, and make sure you actually figuring out what is the emotional trigger with your audience and speak about that. Focus on that. That's what's going to make you the big jump, let's say, in the way you do your marketing. And it also makes marketing to become actually more easy and more fun, right? Because when you do marketing, you're thinking like, oh, I need to sell now. Oh my God, like I'm not good with sales. Let me tell you a secret. Everyone goods in sales because we're selling ourselves every single day. And sales and marketing is kind of the same when you think about it, because you sell slash market yourself in your family, to new friends, to your partner, to your kids. So that's what we do constantly. So it's the same with the business. But when we think about it from the business side, we think the old way of doing marketing, which is I need to sell. I need to have a direct sell. But if you change it to the way you do it with your family, friends, colleagues, partner, and things like that, there you create that emotional connection. You're letting them get to know you. You share stuff from about yourself. You put yourself out there. You show them that you listen to them, you understand them, you see them, that you're supporting them, you're not judging them. And that's the same as we need to do with our clients, with our followers that eventually are going to be our potential clients, which that's how we're going to convert them. So I hope you find it as valuable and really think about it like this. And I hope it actually made you to understand that marketing is not that bad. Okay. It's not that tough. Just be you, listen to yourself, connect to yourself, and through that, connect to your audience.